Hello again and welcome to Last Time Studios Top 10 Things You Might Not Know. This week we're hitting you with an instalment dedicated to the legend that is John Wick, aka Keanu Reeves. Or is that the other way around? Keanu's had a bit of a resurgence in his career as of late, and we just simply love it. I mean, really, can this guy do anything wrong? So let's get started with number 10. According to the director's commentary, when they shot the top level nightclub fight sequence, Reeves had the flu and he was running 104-degree fever at the time. And he still managed to memorise the full sequence and shoot it all in the same day. Wow. Number 9. Ouch. During the shooting of the scene with the stuntman actor Michael Nyqvist, he cut his head so badly that his ear started resting on his right shoulder. This resulted in a trip to hospital and a nice collection of stitches, and because of this, a number of the scenes had to be redone to hide the distinct scar that was left. Now, we've all heard of suffering for our art, but ouch. Also, just to add that sadly this was one of Nyqvist's final acting roles before his death on June 27th, 2017, age 56. Number 8. The younger option. In the original script, the character John Wick was written as a man in his mid-60s to play the role. Given the protagonist's legendary reputation, the filmmakers had initially imagined an older actor. However, the head of Thunder Road Pictures decided against this, stating instead we decided to look for someone who was not literally older, but who had a seasoned history in the film world. I think we can all agree that they made the right choice. It would be hard to imagine anyone else but Keanu playing John Wick. The effort he put into martial arts in his previous roles made him the go-to man in my opinion, not to mention the fact that he's a badass. Number 7. Puppy love. Now, if anyone was wondering how they got the little 8-week-old puppy Andy, who plays Daisy in the movie, to happily jump up and lick Keanu Reeves so intently on cue, this would be the magic of bacon grease. That's right, you heard it right, bacon grease that was placed all over Keanu's face, and that would attract the dog to jump up and lick his face on cue. Number 6. Eerie parallel. Okay, so you remember the part where Mr. Wick awakes and the Russians are in his home. Well, that scene actually mirrors a real life incident that happened the same year the film was released, 2014. In the incident, Reeves awoke to a stalker that had broken into his home, but like an absolute legend, instead of panicking, Reeves calmly talked to the stalker, and given the right opportunity, he called the police. The stalker was then taken and arrested. I've never understood that, breaking into someone's home. You don't really know them. Yeah, they're an actor, they're famous, but they've got their own personal space. It's a little bit scary to think about it really, but the dude dealt with it like a champ. Nice one. Number 5. Ferryman. Okay, so actor Lance Reddick plays the hotel manager whose name is Charon. In Greek mythology, Charon is the ferryman of Hades, who you have to pay for safe passage. This is why Lance Reddick puts the gold coin in his pocket at the hotel. So John, in a sense, is paying for safe passage. And interestingly, in American Horror Story 2011, he also played Papa Legba. Legba and Charon are both considered psychopomps, or deities that govern the borders between the living and the dead. Oh yes, some great references in there. Number 4. Crossover and reunion. So if you look closely during the safe house scene, you'll see the character's username displayed on the top right. The name displayed is, you guessed it, Neo. This is a reference to Keanu Reeves, obviously, in the Matrix movies. The film also reunites Keanu Reeves, Daniel Bernhardt and Randall Duck Kim, along with producers Chad Stahelski and David Leitch, all of whom were involved in the Matrix trilogy. Probably butchered all of those names, I do apologise in advance, or in retrospect for that matter. Number 3. Reused. According to a director's interview, Chad Stahelski and David Leitch reused quite a few of the stuntmen several times through the film. In order to make them look like different people, they changed the hair. So the scenes at the beginning of guards with henchmen with long hair and beards were shot first, and then the scenes with bald men were most likely shot last. Now that is a good plan. And before our top 2 picks, as always, some honourable mentions. Adrienne Palicki, who plays Perkins, did her own stunts. Keanu Reeves did about 90% of his stunts. The red shirt henchmen are an homage to Star Trek. If you know, you know. John Wick is a playable character in the game Payday 2 in 2013. He was added to the game 2 weeks before the movie's wide release. Nice cash in there, guys. The total number of kills by John Wick in the movie is 84. Keanu Reeves' preparation for the role included weapons and martial arts training, 8 hours a day for 4 months. No surprise, I mean, have you seen the prep he did for this film? Seriously, that's fully immersing yourself. Well done. The tattoo shown on John Wick's back during the shower scene is the Latin phrase Fortus Fortuna Advivat, which literally translates to Fortune favours the strong. This is used as the motto for several military units all over the world. Director Chad Stahelski was actually Reeves' stunt double in the Matrix movies. Also, Randall Duck Kim, who plays the Continental Doctor who treats John Wick's injuries, also played the Keymaker in The Matrix Reloaded 2003 with Keanu Reeves. I thought I recognised that guy. Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bruce Willis, Kurt Russell, Nicolas Cage, Kevin Costner, Johnny Depp and Jason Statham were all considered for the role of John Wick. All legends in their own right, but I think the right choice was made. Number 2, Right to Live. In an interview with Rudy's Movie Reviews, Kevin Nash stated he was told the reason his character, Francis the Bouncer, was allowed to live. Nash said that when Wick mentions he had lost some weight and Francis stated he had lost 60 kilos, Wick was in code asking how many hostiles were in the building. Francis's reply was 60. Because he provided the information to Wick, he was allowed to live. Smart man. Also, great writing, you don't always have to spoon feed your audience. And coming in at the number 1 slot, the Continental's rules of doing business are paralleled in Constantine 2005. In this film, Papa Midnight also had the rule of neutrality in his club, making this the second Keanu Reeves movie to feature a neutral location. Very interesting. Constantine is yet another great one to watch. I'd recommend you go watch it. So that's it for another one. I hope you're enjoying these as much as I am. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.
I once saw him kill 3 men in a bar with a pencil.